Do 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 do. What's up, y'all? It's Jam and Sam, and today we're going to restore the Link to the Past, and we're gonna start with Dank Dungeons, but we're probably gonna get through that one pretty quickly because, as you can see, there's not very much to it, and then we'll move on to whatever else there is. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. I have the original pulled up and the MIDI up already, and this one has no drift to correct, so we'll be good on that. Let's see what the first channel has in store. Pretty much just a string patch for the whole way, and then in this next one we have another layer of strings. So we can tackle both of those at the same time. So let's create a new contact plugin. Has quite a bit of reverb on it too. So let's grab our strings patch, wherever that is. And now let me make a new pattern and call it strings. Let me grab this first. And then grab the second line. But all these are pretty repetitious, so we can just say, hey, I want to take these 4 bars here. This is not even me. This is the original right now. But thank you. So now we need to change it all to channel 1. I'm just playing the original so I can get a sense of it in my head. So I need to change it all to channel 1, and then now let's stop the original and configure the patch first. Too low, I have to put it up an octave. And now we want it to be sharp. I want it to be a short articulation. Like maybe half a second at the most. And then I want to spread out the notes. I want to legato the notes. So let's Control L to legato. So let me listen to that again. I think that might be, is it off key a bit? Yeah, I think it is off key a little bit. Let's take it down. Interesting. Might be a little bit in the middle. Let me tune that a bit, because I think one of those are off key. Let me make sure it's not me. It might be the SPC. Let me get a longer articulation just to make sure. Yeah, it's not me. It's definitely the SBC doing that. So I don't know what the dealio is. So let me put back down the. And they do have a little bit of attack on them. They're not totally sharp. You just make sure. The attack, the short samples might be a little bit. So maybe they're about 10 cents off. Maybe let me try tuning it down 10 cents. What is the button to tune it down and to fine tune and okay, there we go. It just wasn't reacting to me the first time. So let me cut this one just to tune it. Nice. Okay, now. Perfect. Now we just need the reverb. So let me send this contact to a mixer track, and let's call this mixer track strings. And just because what we always do is we want to put a exciter on it. There you go, brighten up those old 80s samples. Dust off the 80s of it. They sound very old, they sound very bland, being from the recorded in the 80s and stuff. So let's send this to a reverb channel and the accompaniment bus. And let's put in our good reverb, our acoustic reverb. And we want this to sound like they're in a cave, so. Halt. Cool, so let me check that out. That sounds pretty good. Nice. Let me see what y'all have to say about that. Is this Pro Tools? No, this is FL Studio. Well, it's not bad. We're still working hard and going good. Yes. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes it stronger. More than ever, hour after, our work is never over. Now I can actually hear the more quiet instrument for the first time. Ah, yes. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Okay, so anyway, that's the first 2 layers down. That was pretty easy. Now I just need to know what the second layer is. Third layer is. That's that trumpet. So let's grab this S50 solo trumpet. And there's 2 layers of this as well, so let's grab that. And there's only there's just 2. two different lines here. Whoops, two bars. So let's go make a new pattern, call it brass. That's one layer, and then we have a second layer here. Ouch, that's pretty loud. Let's see, we need to so we just need to send that to a mixer channel. But let me see. First, I want to give it an envelope. And I also forgot about the panning for this, so let me check on that in a second. I wanted to have a very short attack, very short decay. And then let me just control L. And also and let me make that attack even shorter. And let me also remove this empty bar. Cool. And then let me put an exciter on that mixer check. Actually, since it's all high, it's all pretty high pitched, we can just put a saturation knob on it. And then let's put that in the lead channel and the lead bus and replace that reverb with something more realistic. Cool. Wow, that's a lot of reverb. Nice. Let's call this trumpets. And let's call this trumpets as well. Okay, so we have the strings, which plays twice, and then it gets higher, and then it loops. So we have now the brass. Da, 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 da. And then we go to this one right here. So now we have, I want to mute out all these MIDI channels. Cool, and maybe we can do an ending to that right now as we go along. I guess I kind of just want to subtly make it rise, and then rise on a legato note. So let's see. I'm going to need a different patch for this, for the legato articulation. So let me send this to channel 2. And let me add another big strings, and let me say that this one is going to be, it should have this a little bit of attack just like the last one, but instead it see how that goes. But it should be loud like this, like that first note. But there's still a pop in the loop point there, so I want to fix that. In one of those samples. It's this one. So now I just want to go to loop edit and look at that. There's an obvious pop in the sample. So let's just kind of fix that there. Cool. And then this one, let's check on this one first. That one's good. Perfect. And so now let's let's give the trumpet a bit of an ending. Let's try to design it and give the trumpet a bit. So let's see. Let's copy this and let's put it for another bar. Da 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 da. So baby go da 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 da. Da 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 da. And so, there we go. Let me see what y'all are saying. Sam, there you go. Bringing you all the presents. Now I can actually hear them more quiet. Ah, voila. What's up? Welcome, No Name. So, No Name has graciously provided us with the with better MIDIs, so now we don't have to correct a drift anymore. So thanks for that. And let's see. I think I want to do a bit more to this ending. I want to do da, 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 have a legato note. So let's clone this. And then make a legato note here. And now we just have to create the articulation. So we just extend the decay. Not that much. Nice. Okay, I don't need too loud. Okay, perfect. So now if we review our ending, let's move this further ahead. But I think that one comes kind of suddenly, so I might want to extend this a bit just for the just to keep the loop intact. So let's see. Nice. Or maybe to keep the pattern of the trumpets in line too. Maybe we'll, how about we do this? What if we have it rise a second time? Actually, let me preserve this legato note here. And so if I say, hey, I want to clone this, but have it rise another note, whoops. And then and then just raise all this up. So it's like, ooh, what happened here? Okay, but the it starts in the middle of the bar, so we just need to, we can cut some of this out. Control delete to remove the space. But it actually starts at this part, so maybe we need a little bit more there. Wait, no, you have to, it doesn't quite align. Nice. There we go. So now what is our next? Well, let me check the chat first. I need this. Ah, great. Happy face. Nice. Welcome. Welcome, you guys. So anyway, the next line we need is going to be, what is it? Ah, it's the timpani. Big old timpani drum. Let's not go that far ahead again. So we have multiple timpani samples. If only one is used in the game, but we want to use like a multi-sample kind of thing, so that you can't hear the same sample and it sounds like a timpani more like. So what I want to do is make a FPC, so that way we can put it on drum pads. Where's my FPC? Ah, here we go. Now we make it empty. And then we drag our timpani samples here to each of the pads. And then we go grab our timpani line. So it's not gonna start right away, but we want to say, hey, I want to copy this. And make a new pattern, call it timpani. And then we and And so, what is this? Okay, yeah, it's in, this works. So now what we want to do is, let's see, where are my, okay, up here, so go up an octave. And then I want to, let me mute this out because I've heard it enough by now. And so I want to kind of select, I want to select randomly some of these notes and put them at a different, no, and give them a different sample to play. So select more at random and then shift up, make that play 3, and then also, and then select more at random again. And then we're going to put it up to 2, but now it has multiple notes, so we just limit them to that one note and then shift it down to 2. So now let's review the line that we have. That's good, but I don't want it to repeat, so I think I'll just cycle it through manually. Wait, I have some of these pointing to no. Oops, I think I dragged them to the wrong, some of them to the wrong place. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Almost done. Okay, so now we have this randomly generated like timpani line with the randomized samples. So now I just want to get the pitch of all these timpani lines, and I can like adjust the pitch of the channel to match. I'm gonna play them both at the same time, and then try to match the pitch. Maybe it's, oh, it shifts. So that means, oops, I think there's like a double note at some point. Oh yeah, this is shifted over a little bit. And then the note shifts up at one point. So if I add this to the song, then right here at bars 5, it shifts at bars 5, I need to start shifting up. So that means that I need to select these 2 bars, and then I'm going to go to fine pitch to be able to do pitch by notes. So 5 pitch, I want to do plus 100 cents. 100 cents is 1 note. So go to 100. This line right here represents 100. So then every 2 bars I need to go up and down. So there we go. And then there's an ending that I need to also give this part of the ending. So let me So the ending has it going, continuing for at least one more bar, and then, let's see. And then what? Then we have one more note, and then it for a quarter note, and then it goes to a final note. But these should be, actually these have to go up another note, because in the ending I had it rising another note, and then on that last final note it rises in even more. So I have to go up a little more. And great. Now I just want to randomize the velocities a little bit. There we go. The timpani is a pitch nightmare, so I think that should be the right pitch. If anybody hears a disparage in pitch values, let me see. It's a little bit lower. So let me tune it a bit. I can just tune this layer to kind of tune it down, make sure I tune it right. Or maybe it's a whole note down. Let me see. So let me try negative 700. Yeah, that's the right pitch. Okay, so now that we have added this, and then the ending sounds like... Cool. And then now we have these psycho style strings. That's kind of like the Psycho bit, right? You know, the shower scene from Psycho. I think that's kind of what he's trying to do here. So, oh wait, there's like a water sound here too, right? Yeah. And then we have another water sound that's like layered over that. So these layers kind of go together. Let me find that water sample. Okay, this one's going to be a bit kind of difficult because I have to figure out which sample it uses, because there's a lot of... It's just a compilation of a bunch of different water sounds. This is the source. It's a bunch of different splashes, but I can really use all of them if you think about it. It doesn't... It's panning a lot. Well, that reminds me, I have to actually... There is panning in this song, so I have to figure out how the notes pan. And I think there's no panning automation here because there is... oh yeah, that's right. There's no like pitch automation in this. So I just kind of have to guesstimate the panning. So one layer of these strings is panned to the right, about 25%. And then another layer is panned a little more. So let me separate these two lines. Let me go give this one channel number 3. And this one channel number 4. So I have to, let me check and see what things is spooky. The splash water. Spooky. Or like Ace Ventura says, kooky. Sploosh. All right. So before we get to the water stuff, though, we have to. I want to configure the pan so I don't forget. So because these two lines have a different bit of pan, what I need to do is add 2 more strings, one for the legato and one for the shorter sample. So I need to copy this articulation that I have here. Save preset as new preset. And then go and apply that to the 3rd channel. And then also save the legato articulation. And I also want to name these so they don't get confusing. So this is strings staccato 1. And this is strings legato 1. And this is strings staccato 2. And strings legato 2. So all of these are just so we can have, like these, I separated them. All this is so we can have different panning. So this one, these first 2 have to be 25% to the right or so. And then this next one should be like, I think like 50%. Because there's no real way to see exact panning values in the, I don't think so, unless this is the panning value here, this, oh wait, you guys can't see this. I think I see, no, that's velocity value. Oh yeah, here it is, volume left and volume right. So, let me see, there's 12, and for the top line, it's 12 and 32, which 12 is like, less than 50% of 32, and then for the bottom, it's 6 and 34, and 6 goes into 34 at least 5 times, almost 6 times. So it's like a fifth, a little over a fifth, or like, I don't really know, but that definitely gives me a better idea of how to make this panning. So because it is more than 50% to the right. Well, no, actually it's because it's not a percentage. But I'll just earball it. So now if I isolate the the top layer of the strings, and then I can compare. This doesn't look very, very panned in the meter. And so maybe if I give it, wait, 26, maybe if I give it like 40%, because I remember when we had the panning values, they always went kind of, it was like 40% to the right, and then maybe for the other one, we'll make it like 65%. So now we're analyzing panning here. But That tuning is weird. I want to try to so the tuning on that is kind of weird. I don't know. I guess I don't know if he did like a microtonal thing because it's a little bit off key, but that's a so basically in the original it's a little bit off key, I think. Like it's out of tune, I'd say. Now if I compare that to that panning sounds pretty similar. Cool. I like that. So let me check on the panning of the trumpet now. So they're all pretty center, but the top one I think is, let me see. So the top one is very little to the right, like maybe 25%. And then the lower one is a little bit to the left. And so fortunately, because this is not a contact instrument, this is a just a sample, I can do note panning. And so I want to select the lower line and go to the right 25%, I think. I need to, oh, I think I need to be using my mouse. That would give me a lot of control. Yeah. And then I need to select this one and go to the left, 25% roundabout. Cool. And then now we can move on to, well, what's the timpani's panning? Timpani is center, so that's good. We don't have to worry about that. Now we can go on to the water. Now I want to use, rather than try to figure out which part of the sample they actually use for the game, I just want to use, I'll just use all of these samples in order because they sound pretty similar. The only difference being that that there's a lot of like panning changes. Like it was stereo sampled and it's just like the water is like moving all around the speakers. So that's what I don't want, but let me check on the panning for this line first. Yeah, the rest is pretty center. So what I want to do is kind of send this to a mixer track. Let me call this splashes. And send it to a, let me first of all trim the silence in the sample and let me send it to a mixer track and let's put this into drums and let's give it a reverb because there's also some reverb on it. Put in our our realistic reverb. And let's enlarge the room a little bit. And so, and we also want to sort of merge the stereo in this, so make it less stereo. But a little stereo variation is good, just not much. So let me 75% merge it. So now I can hear it still sounds like it's moving around, but it's like a healthy amount of moving around. So what I want to do is I think what I need to do is open this in right click and open in a SliceX channel and see if this thing can chop, like, because I want it to chop where the different samples are. So right here, look, we have, it automatically puts a marker where it thinks the slices are. So see, it's kind of chopping them too much. So if I say, I have to kind of help it out. So these I can delete. So let me zoom out a bit more so I can kind of see. I can kind of tell, like, this one I can delete, this one I can delete. So we can delete this one, oops. This one, I think this is another splash. And then we can delete this one, this one, this one, this one. I think this is another splash, and then we can delete this one, this one, this one. Basically, anywhere you see a big change in the waveform is a splash. This one is a splash. Oh wait, that's a splash. No, that's one too. Oops. But I think this one's actually a splash. Basically, you want to imagine it like a line, like when the amplitude starts to go down, if it ever comes back up again, that's a new splash. See, like this one's going down, but then it comes back up again. Okay, so let me now just watch that and make sure that that it's all right. So let me. Perfect. Okay, so now what we want to do is basically every time there's a splash, we want to put it as a new sample in here because now the wait, oh wait, because I think I need to just do now every different note is one of these splashes, so it's kind of ASMR, isn't it? Sounds very nice. But every time there's another one of these splashes, we want to kind of make a new note. So now we copy this, and let's say, fine, first empty, call this water. Oops, not water. So we can paste it here, and then we go down an octave, and then now every time, not sure what this is. Oh, I think I took a bit of the strings. There's also another layer here, so I want to go and grab that too. And this is going to start on bar 3. So but see, we also have a change in pitch here. So that means that because this channel is not pitched, we have to pitch it with the note fine pitch. So what I want to do is this note is a semitone up. So oh wait. So I have to denote up 100 cents. And this one is semitone down, so down 100 cents. Basically, I have to manually map the pitch. And then so now that we have the pitch mapped out, we just need to make each one of these a new note. So that way it gives it a sense of dynamic. Oh, and we need all these to touch on the same channel so that they're... Ah, crap. So now... So now each one of these use a different note, so we just... But the only problem is the splash stops suddenly because it goes to a new sample. So what we want to do is we can configure the volume envelope for this. So we just want to say that it sustains, and then no, we don't want it to sustain. We basically want it to, let me see, sustain loop ends. We just want it to have a decay. So see if this works. Maybe a longer decay. So most of these samples last for longer than that. But I think this sample kind of, it needs to be pushed back a little more. Okay, that is not... Yeah, this sample's playing all over the place. I don't want to do that. So, wait, now it just... Oh, it dumped it. It automatically dumped it to the piano roll. So I want to stop that. I think there's an option to tell it to automatically dump the piano roll or not. Should be an option to disable... Oh, auto dump. There we go. Disable auto dump. But I think that I want to disable some of these articulations because, first of all, actually, this one is too short. This one doesn't come on suddenly enough. It's not enough of a splash, but actually I might be able to move it here and then see how that works. See, in that one, I actually just want to kind of remove this one completely because And also, so the pitch, I'll kind of want to, let me shorten these because they were pretty short in the original sample. And let's see. Yeah. And one thing that I notice, is that the original has them pitched way up. So if you listen, it sounds like they're, yeah, see, they're just like drips. That's kind of what he was going for. I think it's like they should be so high that they sound like drips. So let me raise the pitch way up like an octave and see how that sounds. Nice. This one, I don't like this one so much, so let me skip it. Let me see if there's any other samples I don't like here. Okay, I like all the rest of these. And there's also reverb on it here, so let me give it, let me name it first. Let me name it water. Oh wait, let me name it splashes. And then I can delete this. Actually, no, I just needed to put it to this. Whoops. I can remove this. Thought I had made that. There we go. But it still doesn't sound, I think I need to pitch it up more so it sounds like a drip. Let me see. There we go. That sounds more like the game now. Let me also like make the envelope shorter. Let's see. Maybe just for half a note. Or all these MIDI events, you can also just select notes in Alt and Alt plus scroll wheel. Okay, I have to try that. Let me see what you mean is like I select all the notes and then just do. Oh, because you can move the note velocities up. Yeah, that's true. I see how that would work. Let me undo that. Oh wow, it made like undo notes for all that stuff that I just did. So let me, because I think they were by default, the velocity is set to this. So now let me keep it like that. Whoops. And let me also extend these notes so that they can ring out as long as they need to. But the envelope is not that big, so they probably won't. But just in case. Yeah, they don't. I didn't need to do that. So now let's add this to the track. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay, perfect. Anyway, now let's get to the psycho strings, Hitchcock strings, or whatever. So now let me play those same channels, but let me listen for the strings now. They're also center panned. So now I just need to add another string patch and call this. Let's call this psycho strings. Why is my phone beeping at me? Weird. So let me grab all of these. I only need this and this. We call this psycho strings as a pattern, and let's see. Now I want to send this to channel 5. And let me put this in the same bar because we're going to need to separate it. Let me go grab the other layer now. But it also plays once with only one layer, so I need to be aware of that. So let me Shift I and actually undo that. So now I need to send all of these to channel 5. And let me see how they sound on their own. Up an octave. Did I miss a note here? I think I did. Somehow. Oh, wow, no, it really is just a, It's just that note. Let me see, but I think... Oh, I don't know how this note came out, but, alright, this note's there. Oh, I think it's, I forgot to select it from the other... It's supposed to go in the other bar. Wait a second. Okay, so that should be good. That should be right. Now I just need to go and make the articulation for this one. Should just be able to drag this down, or actually... But if you remember how the psycho strings sound, I can't play them in the stream because it's gonna copyright infringe me. But it was sort of like a slur, like it was fluid. So maybe I need to give it a bit of a tack. And some more release. Cool. Very dissonant, very I think I need to give this another out channel. So, and I need my output. So let me go and say the psycho strings will be in output 3, plug-in out 3, and plug-in out 4. And then processing sends output 3 and 4 to track 1 plus 4 plus, let's say, 3 to get to 4. There we go. Let's call this psycho strings. And let's send this to the lead bus. Okay, and I just want to confirm, yeah, this doesn't, like, it has that next level. It's like blank. So now we can go and I want to put this up here. So let's select the psycho strings and let's see, put this here, and then this goes here. But those are supposed to be way quieter than that. I know that much. So these strings, why don't we take this down a notch? -5. But not that much. Just a bit. And let's give this the exciter to take the 80s out of it. 80s be gone. And so our timpani, we never gave our timpani a mixer track, did we? Shame. Timpani. And so let's call this, let's send it to a new channel and call it, oh, it's gonna name it automatically, but let's send it to the reverb bus. Perfect. Maybe that's a little bit too loud still. I just want to check how loud, kind of the leveling for this whole thing. It was pretty loud. I might want to take down some of those high highs because it was a little bit darker in the game, and I think that worked to its advantage. And now we can kind of raise it a bit. Yeah, maybe not that much. Cool. Can munch on that for a while. splashes might need to be louder. For the ending, let me use one of these. C and G. And then for the ending, I also want to make a long version of the psycho string. So let me add one more strings. Call this psycho strings legato. And then let me send it to the psycho strings out. And then let me highlight these, change this last note to a different channel, the 6th channel to be exact. And then let me increase the, let me make this legato. Actually, it's already kind of legato, so maybe that works. And let me make sure that it's the same volume as the, take it down a bit. This one is, oops. And let me extend the this note because it doesn't get to ring out all the way. The note stops first. Oh, the playlist clip stops first. And I don't need the, there's a vibrato on here by default. I don't need that. Nor do I need it on the psycho strings. I don't want it messing anything up with the pitch. Nice. All right. Someone says your video game restorations are awesome. Monkey Business video clip. Ah, glad to hear you like the originals. Nice. Does this contact app help with samples? Yes, it does. It's basically a really good sampler. You can do a lot of things. Well, basically, the reason why I use it is because if you take an old ROM from from one of these machines, Contact can digitize the samples, like the ROMs of the original like synths that, and it basically pulls the raw samples of them and makes them a sampler channel. These by default default to Contact. So if you have Contact 5, you can then use that to analyze these samples and like from the original machine and bring them into a modern environment. So it's you don't really have to. It saves you the trouble of making a sampler, like sampling these old machines and then making a sample patch out of it. It automatic does that for you. Contact does that automatically, and you can edit them how you like too. So anyway, this is sounding pretty good. I think if nobody has any qualms, we can move on to the next part. The next song, which is, let me see, how long have we been streaming? Only an hour and 18. So we have, I kind of want to do 3 hours at a time. So let me go and find out our next song. Ouch. So next up is The Lost Ancient Ruins, which is the track that plays when you are in one of the temples and going to fight the Guardian. And that's pretty much the loop. So one thing that I want to do, it's a pretty simple track. So there's also the sound, and there's another version. There was a CD version which they used some of these they pretty much made like custom versions, like bypassing the game and CD releases. So I want to pull that up and listen to this. Let me see. Let me try to find it on YouTube. Because there was the lost, let's see, ancient ruins, sound and drama. I don't think I have that one, so we'll skip on that one. But sometimes these things have more like lines and more like compositions to them. So let's see. Oh, the dungeon music. Yes, dungeon music's coming. Didn't catch the answer, but have you considered covering Oracle of Time and any other Zelda tracks with these samples? I have not done any Nintendo 64 soundtracks yet, but we'll see. Let me see. I have other soundtracks I want to do first, if at all. So let's see. The dungeon theme will start with a. We'll start with this string line, this bass string line that kind of does. Let's see. We have this legato line that goes for the first 5. Actually, no. The whole song only uses these things, these two, like, doesn't use these two tracks, so I can delete those. And I think that's because they had to make a room for sound effects, right? So this intro was pretty much all those strings, and then once they got past the intro, they had this. So there's the intro, which uses all 5 channels, and then after the intro, it goes to only like 3 for the arpeggio. Like it kind of splits. So there's this intro, and let's see. I want to split it up where it's just da 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 da. Let me split it up where it's just the intro is in 1. So let me go find first empty, call this intro. And let me make a contact instrument. And pretty much everything is going to be here because it's all strings. So this is where I'm going to dump all the intro stuff. And I have to put it up an octave, so remind me that every channel. And I think all these are pretty much, yeah, pretty much so far they're all center. There's no panning whatsoever. So now I need to grab this and copy. It's just a bunch of copying and pasting for now. And also sending it to, making it all green. But also I forgot to bring this up an octave. So let me grab this. It's not gonna sound like much yet. Grab this. Okay, so now I just need to make all this green, so Alt-C to change all the channels, and then I can pretty much legato this. Da, 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 da. And then it's going to be, I just want to make all, like this one string patch, have kind of an articulation where there's a little bit of an attack, and there's a lot of release. So pretty much like this. And we can adjust it as we see fit. I think I'm missing a part. There's a part I forgot to copy, I think. Yeah. That fourth one. Whatever the fourth one is. Dun, 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 dee. This one, maybe? Yeah. This looks like one I didn't copy. Up an octave and Alt-C and legato. And I need more release. There's still some popping in the sample, so I'm gonna have to fix that. So let me see which samples are causing that popping first of all. There we go. I think I was having this problem with that same sample the first time, but I forgot to save the new patch. So now, but it was a quick fix, so. I still hear it a little bit, so let me go. I think you have to go more finely with this. Let's see, let's try this. I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. Oh dear. Okay. I think I need even more release. It's some of the note releases are not right. Let me see. Oh, because they stopped at a certain time. So let me go ahead and undo. I just need to undo the legato. Any of the times I did legato. So this is pretty much 2 times, but then that undoes the copying of that last channel too. So I think I actually have it in the clipboard still. And then up an octave, and then so now we have our things, and all the other changes we made inside Contact are still going to be there. So well, actually, no. I think the problem was not that we didn't have enough release, or that we had that certain. I think the problem was that we didn't have enough decay. So we can go and say, and I think we want to make it. Okay, so the only problem we have now is that vibrato doesn't sound as good because it's all uniform. And so I'm going to disable that. And good. And now what I want to do is send this is, well, it already has a mixer track. So I just name the mixer track that it already has bass strings. And then I'm going to put this to the reverb bus and load up our realistic reverb. It's going to be probably have a lot of reverb. And this one I want to have like a big room, so a hall maybe. Let's give this, since this is bass strings, it's sort of like a cello range. So I want to have this, give it a saturation knob so it affects the low end too. Whoops, got a spam bot. Okay, so that last note was a little bit insane, but I think what we kind of want to do is automate that. I don't know. Yeah, I think we kind of want to automate the this thing right here. So maybe if it lets us, I think you have to go to the effects knob and then saturation knob, saturation. Yeah, then I can do that. And let me see what y'all are saying first. Cross his finger. Yeah, Super Metroid Vinyl is coming soon. You're making me want to play through this game again for the 8th time. Hey, 800th. Nice. If they use all 8 channels, it's like Liquid Nostalgia. I grew up. I played through. What's up, Xavier? Welcome. So let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna automate this level of saturation because I like it here. It has a good presence here, but then I want it to go down on the final note because the final notes are really loud, which is like, oh my, that was a glitch because all the notes are playing at once. So. Actually, I think now I can actually do legato and it won't affect it. The only problem is this note is longer, so if I just stretch it out to be like that. There we go. Oh wait, it's not. It's not. It's not the saturator that's doing that. It's actually like too loud. So let me just take that down. Oops, I have to disable all the MIDI channels. There we go. Now I might not even need to automate the saturation. And let me also add an exciter to that. Yes. Although it might be better to have it just plain dark because that was kind of how it was in the game. But if I do want it dark, then I want to do that with by attenuating the high frequencies, not by having it pale like that. Nice. So now I want to make sure that this final note, it should be loud enough to peak almost, like just barely peak the meter. So that means I want to do this. A little louder. Perfect. Okay, now we can go into the actually I might want to have more reverb on this because let me put that maximizer, that Maximus on there now. Cool, so I think I can move on and let's see what is the other part? What are like the pieces of this song? So we have that. Oh, I know we have that that da 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 da, the arpeggios, sort of the arpeggio harmony. And then we have this dun 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 dun. That's like the bass, sort of. So let me see. Dun 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 dun. So we have this bass line that repeats after, well, it pretty much repeats after this intro. So it like, that's where the repetition, oh wait, no, it actually has more, it actually doesn't repeat. So let's select the rest of this as well, and then it starts repeating at about here. Yeah. So let's copy that, and let's make a new thing and call it baseline. And now we can make a new strings. Actually, let me save this first, because it has that edited loop point. So let me save this edited instrument as, wait, I want to save it as a monolith though. So now that's the default patch, but we still have that, let me add the edit, but let me, use our preset, so let's get that, and then we can save this now. So now let's make it a short articulation. So we have this, let me paste it first of all, paste the line. Whoops. And so we have this short intro, and then I want the downbeat to start over. We have dun, 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 dun. So this one's going to be channel 2. And we have to go an octave up. But this one, I don't want it to have so much reverb so I have to put it into another out channel. So let me create a new master out. Let's call this one long strings. This one short strings. And let's send this to outputs 3 and 4. And let's put outputs 3 and 4 to just add one. Just do the very next mixer track. So, and then we need to call this short strings. We want to add a exciter. And I want to kind of make it a cool. And I want to sort of a little bit kind of randomize the velocity so that they don't all feel so uniform. Cool. And let me play that channel solo. So. And it has to be longer, actually. And it has to have more attack. So that sounds good. Now let's map it out. So it starts about halfway. No, it starts like right here. And let me go back to being a beat. Right? I think yeah, it starts right here actually. So we have to mark the downbeat as being like here. Let me see, add time signature change. And actually it starts halfway through, so. And then I have to put a loop here, so just cut off the intro, and then it starts like that. Ooh, that's a big obvious change in presence right here. I think I kind of want to use that sample for the whole way through. So let me go into the mapping editor and let's see. Yeah, let me just kind of mute that, like put that aside where it's not going to use it, and then do this. Or maybe I can start using it here. This is like the highest note. So it's going to be like, and then when it shifts up to here, there you go. Now that's like the shift that we need. There we go. That's good. Cool. And so the original sounds like. But the original sounds kind of thicker. So I wonder if I can just like play this with this sample at the same time. And yeah. And then maybe this sample too. I like the way that sounds. Sounds much better. Okay, and then now we need the arpeggios. This, I have a mixer track for this, right? Yeah. And this, but I need it to have a little bit of reverb. So, but I already have the bass strings taking up a lot of reverb. So basically, there's no drums in this song. So maybe I can repurpose the drum bus to be sort of a lighter reverb version. Let's just make this like 10%. Whoops. Let me hear. It does have reverb in the original, right? think it has no reverb actually. So, but we don't want anything to have no reverb. So I'll just give it a little subtle reverb. There we go. Perfect. Now, what I want to do next is now we can kind of move on to the arpeggios, I think. And so the arpeggios, I just need to copy, same deal as before. Oops. I just need to copy all of this, and then it stops at sort of that climax. Let me make a new pattern, call it arpeggios. And let me see what you guys are saying. That last note is very loud. That's funny. Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I kind of probably scare you guys with the sudden start of that last note, that climax note. Thanks for all your hard work. Cheers. Hey, cheers, mate. Cheers. What's up? Welcome, Drew. Past 6, maybe. Past 6. Oh, that might be in reply to something that already happened. Oh, maybe past 6% on the thing, on the reverb. You mean? I don't know. Anyway, let's see. So let's kind of actually, because now that I listen to the intro again, if we're gonna make that one dark, like that, we have to do the same for the bass strings here and everything. And I'm not sure. I think I want to kind of like not make it dark for now, because I don't. That's going to be a decision I make in the final mix if I want it to be how dark I want it to be. So for now, let's keep it bright, and then we can darken it up later. Anyway, I need to make another channel for the arpeggiation. Da, 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 da. Actually, no, maybe I can use this first one, like repurpose this first one, because it's supposed to have a lot of like release, but I don't know if it's supposed to be that long of a note. So let's try it. I'm just going to copy them all down and then worry about the rest later. But these I have to go an octave up, remember that. Octave up, and these are actually a lot less harmonic than I thought, because this is just a minor second up and then a whole fifth up, so it's like perfect fifth and then a very dissonant chord. So, whoops. Oh, I have to send these all to the first channel. And the tempo there's some tempo movement in here, so I have to make sure to take that into account. And then I can move this. I want the bass line to be at the bottom, and then the arpeggios to be on top. Whoops. I think I just need a copy of that last note track, that last patch, but make it less like the. I want to grab the articulation from here and just do save preset, new preset, and then I can go ahead and have it on the next one. But let me modify the old one a bit. So let me just make it a little bit less. Like, so we're here is we have 3.5 decay. Let me do like this much. however much this is, like 2-second decay. And the, wait, what? The release is like, wait, no way. It's not like 20 seconds. I missed it somewhere. $11, $9. There we go. It's like 6 seconds. Let me make that 3 seconds. Let's see. Oh, that's gonna be, let me get that, 71. That's still too much. First off, let me make sure that all the notes are the same length. So let me Control L and then, actually let me make them all the same. All have, like, just discard the lengths completely. So now pretty much the only thing that matters is that release. Wait, it's still going without that without the release? What? Wait a minute. Oh, I'm still using the like channel 1. Whoops. Yeah, see, now it's very underwhelming. So let me go back to that first line and let me just kind of take down the release. Wait, I missed it again, didn't I? Yes, I did. Solid. And now, so that because if I put this in the same mixer track, if I don't make a new mixer track, it's going to overload the saturation. So there's going to be too much saturation on it. So let me go and make a new mixer track. Send this to, like, create a separate output channel. Call this, call this medium strings. And then send the new out to, send them to output 5 and 6. And then give it +2. So now it's going to go here. Let's call this medium strings. Let's call this long strings. So now we want to put an exciter on it. And then we want to send it to this channel right here. But wait, what if I give it that same reverb that the intro had? Yes. That's nice. Lovely. And so now let me add that to the, oh wait, I already did add it. So now I just need to, okay, prepare for, let me give you a little bit of headroom so it's not so blown. Why is this so quiet? And then we want to add that again, because it loops. Oops, it actually goes here. Nope. Okay, cool. Let me see what y'all are saying. I just went through your channel. Love it. Thank you. Glad you love it. Those strings sing. Hey, sing. Yeah. The bass strings sound weird. Okay, well, let's see. Let me give him another pass then. They sound weird in the original too. That's because they're using a treble sample in the low end. But nevertheless, let me check them out. Maybe I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and sort of darken them up. So, yes. That actually sounds really good, just like that. Because they're a bass, so they're not supposed to have too much brightness. And that kind of makes me wonder if I really need the, because I don't have a saturation on it, even though it is bass. Let's see. I think the bass saturation knob might be overkill here. Yeah, I don't really need it. Gives them a little more room to breathe. Never seen something like this on stream. Hey, now you have. Now we just need that trumpet bit, so... And there's also another line in here, actually. There's like a, well, we'll get to that later, but... The main melody is going to be dun da da dee dee da dum da da dun da da dee dee da doo da dun. And then it's sort of, that's where it loops. So let's copy that. And then we want to grab the trumpet sound, so a little trumpet. Okay, so I want to make a new pattern. Call this melody. Paste it here, and ouch. I think this needs to go an octave down. Oh, also the tempo is not good. Or does it need to go down? Because I never need to do that. Ouch. Well, I don't think it needs to go down an octave. I think it just needs to be... let me check the original because I'm not very familiar with how this one is. It keeps on stopping. Hold on. I think it's just a sforzando, which means that it basically has a really sharp accent and then it just drops off and it just sustains. No, but it actually is in the wrong octave. And a little, maybe not so much release. And I want to give it some vibrato. Let me check on that and make sure the envelope's okay first. Yeah, now I just need the envelope. So let's see. Let's try just like that. So that's good. Let me take a second look at that. So they may be a little bit faster. And lower, less strong. A little bit more subtle. One thing that's bad about FL Studio it doesn't give you very good control over the like a pitch amount. So let me see, 9%. What is that? Oh wow. Undo that. Set? No. You kind of have to eyeball it. That sounds goofy. Let me see. Yeah, it sounds a little bit stronger. Let me give it another try. And because there's so much legato in here, let me put some chorus on this. Let me call this trumpet. And let me put it to the lead channel. Give it a realistic reverb. Give it just a subtle chorus. And let me also put an exciter on it, so it's like brings out the high frequencies a little bit. All these 80s samples lack high frequencies because they don't have a good sample rate. And so I don't remember it being that nasally sounding. Okay, so it was pretty nasally sounding. Let me see what this other line is about. So this is a muted line. This is like a line that they didn't use. Like he put it, this is something they'll do sometimes. They put the line in the game, but they muted it out. This is something they did once in Super Metroid. So let's see what's the unused melody line is like. Actually, let me see what y'all are singing first. Mm-hmm. Don't you think it's a little bit too much reverb? Maybe, because I've been known to put too much reverb. Let me tone it down a bit. Yeah, that kind of works. Okay, so now this unused line that they did. Actually, let me continue reading. Are you going to play a Link to the Past when it's finished with MSU? Yes, I will play it with the MSU one patch. What's up? What's up, Nick? Welcome. Ooh, those trumpets sound really nice. Yes, yes. That sounds fantastic. Yes, it does. Anyway, so let's check out this unused line. Even if maybe we'll include the unused line at the end of the like after the loop. Like we'll kind of include it with that. So let's see. Let me copy this. So this is. I'm assuming this is a layer. It might just be an unused line. So let me see how this works. It's like it starts at the third kind of iteration. That's about like right here. Actually, let me go and see exactly what note it starts at. It starts when it starts at C sharp, and that's 14 and a quarter. That's that's at A sharp, when it hits A sharp. So we have the C sharp. Ouch. They're really that high? Let me see. C sharp 6. But the thing is, we don't actually know if that was another trumpet or not. So it might have been like a flute way up there. Yeah, it was a trumpet. It looks like it was pretty close together. So that first note is like, let's see. So while where this one does an F, no, that's actually because it does an A sharp. it should be kind of a octave and a third. So one octave. So this probably needs to be brought down an octave. Yeah, because this is like an octave and a third right here. Oh. Yeah, I don't think these were supposed to be played together. So, and this is pretty much just that same line, just in a different key. So maybe he was planning to have it go all the way, go up to C sharp in this moment. So, which means that if we use that, we would have to first have to cut this, and then I have to say, I'm going to put this at the end. And then say, let's see. So this would be here, and then I need to figure out so the rhythm for this is we have this part that's like taken away. And this is where the downbeat is. So let me see where it actually goes from here. Okay, that's entirely too loud for those strings. So I want to take down those strings and then raise the trumpet. So now this second melody line is supposed to come in where this A sharp is, this lowest note. So what I want to do is cut this. And then start it repeating. And this starts where? Right at the peak there. And then, but then before it gets to the A sharp, we replace this here. Nice. So now that can be an alternate kind of thing. Sounds sarcastic. Cool. Perfection. Nice. So now we're coming to a close here, and I think I want to give this now just an ending. So, and also, actually, I think I should kind of connect these two lines. So if I say merge selected clip, and then I can go and say, I can have this kind of lead up to here because it's kind of a big jump. So we can go and say, let's just, let me just go in kind of fifths, I guess. But up there with that, those high notes are kind of ear piercing, we want this to be like a warmer sound. So let me EQ it a bit, as frequencies can get kind of annoying. Presence, when something is annoying, presence is usually where it is. This little bit of the spectrum right here, because that's where a scream is. So it's easy for those things to get like annoying. Yeah, because at that point you're getting to where the spectra, like the sample kind of peaks at the presence here, so it's getting loud right here. So now let's check our maximus, see how we're doing on levels. Now I think we can kind of give everything a little 1 decibel boost. Cool. Now let's do an ending. Let me see. Da-da-da-dee, da-da-da-dee. Let me see. It kind of wants to go da-da-da. So 5-1 would be da-da-da-dee. So 5-1 would be G sharp. And then if we have it fade out, we can just do. Well, I think fade outs don't work anymore. Actually, fade outs might not work. Actually, they do work now. Nice. Nice. And so we ended it at G sharp, so I kind of want these to go to G sharp as well. And then let me actually end it with the arpeggios doing a little da-da-dee, like they do. Actually, wait. Nice. That might not be the right move, but we'll roll with it for now. I want these to kind of finish at that. But if I want to, maybe I should do like this. Keep the interval. And, yeah, there we go. And then I want to have like a final bass note, but I want it to be legato. So I'm going to borrow something from the first channel, like the intro, and let's just borrow that bass line. Let me go just a final low bass note there. Oh wait, I forgot to extend the playlist clip. I don't think the chords fit with that. Yeah, maybe not. Let me get kind of the direction it's going and kind of follow that. Da-da-dee, da-da-dee. Okay, so what I want it to do is I want it to be like a chord. This is kind of implying B minor, B minor 7 to be exact. And I have the problem is I have it ending on G sharp major. So what I want to do, actually maybe have the trumpet end on F sharp. Or maybe keep it, because the direction that these are kind of going is da-da-dee, da-da-dee, it's going down. It's always it's always a fifth interval. No, actually this one was, let's see. Da-da-dee, da-da-doo, da-da-da-dee. So this is, no, it's actually, this would be a tritone interval. So what I really want to do is like, there's a G. No. What I really want to do is an A. And so, like, for example, while the kind of relationship between the arpeggios and the melody is like we have. Actually, I can see it just from see what it's kind of doing just from being in the MIDI. So the so the melody always kind of lands on one of these power chords, except for sometimes this brief note for a moment doesn't. Actually, no, yeah. So it really just has to land on one of the notes, on one of the arpeggio notes. So right now I want the melody to hit A. So now basically I just have to be doing that because it's rising by one semitone. So if I have it rising like that, it works. Maybe if I just go down actually, or like this. Nah, I don't know if that sounds different. Return to the, because I think the first note was like, yeah, it's returning to the start, so. Or if we go an octave up. Yeah, there we go. That gives it a much more of a sense of finality. Nice, and then we can end here. Perfect. So, hey, what's up, Rome Empire? Nice. So that sounds pretty good. I think we will call that there. And then let me see, how long have we been streaming? So 2 hours and a half. Let me see what is next. Maybe we can go for another song. Next one is Anger of the Guardians. Let me see. Maybe we can go for another one. Should be able to. Let's see. So let me actually save this. I'll play the whole thing so you guys can listen to it while I'm saving. Actually, I think that bass note, that bass line still sounds a little weird. Let me see. Or maybe just a little loud. That's good. I think I want to darken up the medium strings a bit. Whoops. Trumpet sounds way out of tune. The bass, someone said the trumpet sounds way out of tune. Let me tune that trumpet. So we have... Ah, it's an A. It's tuned at A, so... Nay, -5 cents. Nice. There we go. Woo. Let me try. Nice. My ear is going to fall off due to epicness. Ah, comment of the year right there. I'm gonna mute myself so that... Oh yeah, I'm muted. Whoops. So I think I'm gonna call it. This is where I'm gonna call it quits today because my brain has stopped working. And let's see. So we've done 2 songs, and these 2 songs will be up. Uh, will be up. One will be up tomorrow, and this one that we're working on now will be up in on Wednesday. And so what I want to do is I'm gonna put out a beta version. And so people in the Discord here, I'll drop the Discord link. You can kind of listen to the MP3 and let me know if anything jumps out to you. Let's see. I will post the Discord link. So I'll post the MP3, and if anything, you can kind of let me know what you think and how, and if anything jumps out at you. Because a lot of times when you stop listening to this thing and then you listen to it later, it's like, oh, something else jumps out at you. So you guys can see. So let me know what you think and if anything jumps out at you. I'll change it before the video goes live. So, and tomorrow I think I will record the gameplay footage, and then we can be off. So thank you guys for coming, and we will be, yeah. So yeah, we'll have these 2 up. Each one's tomorrow and one's the next day. And yeah, thank you for the stream. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you like it. So it'll be up tomorrow, and you guys have a great night. Jam and Sam out.